All right, today we're getting a special backstage pass. We're going to take an inside look at Microsoft's AI playground, a place called Copilot Labs. This is basically their secret test kitchen where the future of AI is being cooked up and tested right now, today.
I mean, let's be real. Who doesn't? AI is moving at a wild pace, and it seems like every single week there's some new feature that just blows your mind. Well, what if you could actually get your hands on those features before they go public? That's exactly what Copilot Labs is all about.
So here's our tour map for today. First, we'll break down what Copilot Labs even is. Then, we're going to check out 3 really cool experiments, turning simple images into 3D models, giving the AI a human-like face, and even generating video games on the fly. And finally, we'll talk about the most important part of this whole thing, your role in it.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, what exactly is this place? The best way to think about it is like getting a free all-access pass to Microsoft's AI test kitchen.
So at its core, Copilot Labs is this experimental platform. It's where Microsoft rolls out its newest, maybe even its wildest AI ideas for people like you and me to try out. And the key words here are test and provide feedback. This is not just some gallery where you look at things, it's a hands-on workshop.
So, what's the catch? Well, honestly, there really isn't one. It's totally free, you just need a Microsoft account. But, and this is important, you gotta know these features are fresh out of the oven. So yeah, you should expect some bugs. In fact, that's kind of the whole point. Your feedback is basically the price of admission, and it helps Microsoft make these tools way better. And hey, if you're a paid subscriber, you get to jump the line and get an even earlier look. And getting in could not be simpler. Seriously, you just go to the Copilot Labs website, sign in with your Microsoft account, and then just pick which piece of the future you want to test drive. It's really that easy.
Okay, let's move on to our first exhibit, and this one is just fascinating. We're going to see how AI can take a flat, boring 2D image and, almost like magic, spin it into a full-on 3-dimensional object. The process itself is just incredible. You start with a super simple image. It could be a photo, a quick sketch, anything that's a PNG or a JPG. And with one click, Copilot 3D generates an interactive 3D model. Now, this isn't just a picture, it's a real downloadable file. Just think about the possibilities here. An indie game developer could create assets in an instant, or a designer could mock something up for a 3D printer in seconds.
Now, if you want to get the best results, they've got a few pro tips. Use a really clear image with just a single subject, and a simple background usually works best. But the most important thing here, the big takeaway, is that you don't need any 3D modeling experience to make something amazing. This is literally democratizing creation, and it's happening right now.
All right, next up on our tour, we're going to look at an experiment that's less about what AI can make and more about how we interact with it. This is all about giving Copilot a more human touch. So instead of just a text box, the Copilot appearance experiment gives the AI an actual face that reacts as you talk to it. It has a voice, it remembers what you've talked about, and it even gives you visual feedback like nods and expressions of enthusiasm. It's a pretty huge step towards making AI companions feel less like a tool and more like a real collaborator.
Now, a quick heads up on this one. As of right now, this more human-like experience is being tested with users in the United States, the UK, and Canada.
So if you're in one of those regions, turning it on is super straightforward. You just hop into voice mode in the main Copilot app, pop open the settings, and just flip the switch for Copilot appearance. And for our final exhibit, we're looking at something that feels like it was pulled straight out of science fiction: generative gameplay. This is where the AI isn't just in the game, the AI is the game engine. The breakthrough idea is right there. The AI can simulate and generate scenes in real time. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Instead of playing in a world that was pre-built by a developer, you're in a world that the AI is creating for you, moment by moment, based on what you do. The demo they have right now uses the classic game Quake 2 as its base, but the difference is every single move you make prompts the AI to generate the next scene right then and there. It is a completely different way to experience a game. Now, it is just a demo, so the sessions are really short, usually under a minute, and you do have to be over 18 to give it a try. So, wow, we've seen some incredible experiments, but that brings us to the most important stop on our entire tour. You. Let's talk about why your involvement in all of this is so critical.
This is the entire philosophy behind the labs. When you step inside, you're not just some spectator watching the future of AI unfold from the sidelines. No, you're an active participant, helping to build it.
Remember what I said before.
These tools are buggy, they're imperfect, and they're unfinished. But that's not a flaw in the design. It is the design. The entire reason this project exists is for you to find those rough edges. Every bug you report, every bit of feedback you give, that's crucial data that Microsoft uses to make these things better.
And that, right there, is the ultimate takeaway from our tour today. By trying out these experiments, you are directly shaping what the next generation of AI is going to look like and what it's going to be able to do. You are literally helping to build the tools that we're all going to be using tomorrow.
So, that just leaves us with one last thought. Now that you know you actually have a voice in this process, what would you ask AI to do next? If you were the one in charge of Copilot Labs, what kind of groundbreaking experiment would you want to build? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.